Jim here. This will be a short demo on using Desmos for calculations and graphing. Go to desmos.com. It is a web-based interface, so all you need is the internet. Click on Start Graphing. Calculations occur over here on the left side, as do the entering of functions to graph. We can calculate anything we would like. We can calculate trigonometric function values. If you've done trig in the past, sine of 30 degrees, that does not look right. Well, let's check our units. We're in radians. If we click degrees, we get our familiar 1/2. If we'd like to enter functions to graph, we have a few different ways. We can enter them without the y equals or the f of x equals. We could just enter the actual function definition. We can also use xy notation. We can also use functional notation. It does not matter. So we can enter functions in pretty much 3 different ways here. You can also enter relations. If you wanted to enter the equation of a circle, you could do that as well. And there's a circle of radius 2. Now looking at that tangent function, if you've had trig, that looks weird. Well, let's check our units. Let's go to the little wrench, click radians. Now we see that the tangent function has its familiar look to it. That's because we always have to make sure that we are in the right units here. One cool thing about Desmos is that you can restrict functions very easily. So I'm using the arrow keys in the keyboard here. I'm just going to put a restriction on this tangent function. Curly braces, no spaces here, just put the curly braces right after, and now you see that this tangent function is restricted to the interval -π/2 to π/2. I'm going to turn these other functions off so we can see that tangent more clearly. So let's see if I can get in there and turn those off. Let's also change our units here on this x-axis. That would be convenient. So let's go to the x-axis and let's say, hey, let's go by π/4. So if we do that and come back over here, we now have each of these tick marks here being π/4, π/4, π/2, 3π/4, 4π/4, which is pi. Let's put in a vertical line there. We like asymptotes. So let's put in x equals π/2. Now let's change the properties of that. Let's clear up this left side a little bit, our left toolbar here. Let's cancel those calculations. We don't need those anymore. I'm going to turn these back on just for a moment. Let's click the gear. We can then change properties. This asymptote, I want it to be a dashed line. I want this function here to be purple. I want this function here to be red. And I want it to be dots. So that's how you can change the properties. Pretty slick. Desmos is a very slick online tool for calculations and graphing. Boom.